Greetings, YouTube, and welcome to episode 58 of the 4,000 question challenge. And if you hear any noise outside, it's because there are contractors tearing the stairs off my house. Yeah, exciting. So let's do some questions, because why not? That's why we're here. What do or did you like about your parents? If you've been following these questions along, I don't think I need to answer that one. Describe each family member in one word. In one word. Well, let's take the kindest I can do on this. My father gets complex. My mother gets complicit. My sister gets contentious. And it's even alliterative. There you go. Why do moms and dads fight? Sometimes because one's a psychotic drunk. Sometimes just because they don't use their words and actually tell each other what they really feel, want, and need. Tell a story you heard about one of your aunts or uncles. Aunts or uncles. I'll do my Uncle George. He was a man full of unique and entertaining stories. He and his buddy owned a garage, Barry George's B&G Off-Road. And besides converting vehicles into off-road, they take any vehicle you bring in and they turn it into an off-road. They had a Cadillac out front that they turned into an off-road vehicle as kind of an ad outside. They did work. But they also had a wrecker for tow truck. So they would get out there and they collect, often, help people on the roads. Sometimes they'd actually go out there and pick up wrecks after accidents. And like the cops would call them up because it was a small area. Everybody knew everybody kind of thing, and there's probably a little bit of backdoor dealing going on. Wouldn't surprise me. They were good old boys. But the cat's interested in what's going out there. But they got a call one night. They went out there and this nasty accident, and it's not a good scene. And all the people that involved in it were gone. All the ambulances and stuff, and all that were left with the cops while waiting for someone to come get the vehicle out of there. And so that's what my Uncle George did. He got the vehicle out. And when they were doing it, they were kind of cleaning up the site because there were car parts all over the place. So they're picking up car parts, picking up car parts. And in the process, they found somebody's denture. Not good. So they took the denture with them and went back. It was nighttime, so they couldn't call anybody about this. And then they called the hospital the next day and said, hey, we found a denture at the accident site, because there was only one hospital these folks could have gone to. And the hospital did a little research, came back and said, none of these folks wear dentures? Yep. That was a piece of somebody's jaw. And they kept it in a bottle of formaldehyde in the garage. For all I know, it's still there. It was the 70s. Are you friends with your cousin? Seeing as I haven't seen some of my cousins in more than 30 years, I would say that is a definite no. How often do you contact your siblings? My sister and I are in contact with each other probably 2 or 3 times a year. Would you invite one of your parents to live with you if he or she was all alone and older? No. Was yours a religious family? That sounds like a really, really weird structure. I wonder if this person speaks English as a second language. Was yours a religious family or one that went to church in an obligated way? My mother had been raised a Catholic, and until I was 14, we did attend services every Sunday. My father would attend for the big ones like Christmas and Easter. When I was in Pennsylvania visiting his family, I would most often go to spend time with my father's mother, who was Methodist. Occasionally, I would go to church with my mother's mother, who was obviously Catholic. Once my parents were divorced and I no longer had my father around to make me go, I stopped going because I decided I wasn't a sheep and I didn't want to be sheared. Which of your male or female relatives served in the armed forces? My father was Air Force. My Elizabeth, my mother's older sister, served in the U.S. Navy and became a doctor and retired with the title of captain, the rank of captain. Her younger sister married a guy. He had been in the military. He had been a Navy frogman, not a SEAL or anything, just like a guy that did diving, mostly repair and stuff on boats and things like that. But he was a Navy diver. And his kids all served in the military. One Army, one Air Force, one Navy. And the Army one was because a judge said, well, son, you got a choice. Go to jail or go to the Army. He chose Army. Now, I also had a great uncle that had a ship named after him, the USS Frankovich. My father's father, Lester, he was in the Navy, and he was in a troop carrier that took troops to occupy Japan. And he was actually walking around Nagasaki 6 weeks after the bomb got dropped. Probably wasn't good for him. And lastly, what is an endearing characteristic of your family? Endearing characteristic. I'm not sure we have any endearing characteristics. I know one that my wife noticed that I do, my father does, and my mother does, is that we pick our teeth with our finger. Not endearing. But we do it! And my father's mother used to regularly use a toothpick, which is not something you normally see a woman doing. But I don't got any food in my teeth, though. So there you go, folks. That has been episode 58. I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you in episode 59.